Vanessa, are you, sorry, I thought it was a video, you're live.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, it is an honor to speak to you. I'm sorry I cannot be there in person. We stand on a precipice. As each of you know, we are facing an unprecedented challenge from climate change. Today, drought in southern Africa is endangering millions. Our oceans are at a tipping point. And in the past month, we have seen apocalyptic flash flooding linked to climate change in China, Dubai, and Kenya. Each climate-driven event is leaving devastation, death, and a long tail of health complications in its wake. At a most human level, the climate crisis is a health crisis, and it is eroding our fundamental physical, mental, and social security. As discussed over these past few days, our well-being relies on the fundamental needs of water, food, air, and energy, with the golden thread of health running throughout. However, these four pillars, though requisite, solve only part of the challenge we face. We must go beyond siloed and piecemealed inputs to instead weave together a responsive, resilient system that can adapt and meet the myriad health challenges of today. One that can deliver quality care to every age and need. One that meets the needs of our cities and communities. Recent history has shown us how vulnerable we are to a complexity of large challenges. The COVID-19 pandemic is a prime example. The pandemic exploited our underinvestment in health systems and the health workforce. Disease spread, millions died, care was disrupted, economies stifled, and inequity flourished. Our health systems are not prepared to address the burdens of disease we face today, let alone from the next climate-driven emergency, disease outbreak, or pandemic. As a result, our communities around the globe are trapped in vicious cycles of poor health, poverty, and ever more fragile economic growth and human security. These challenges demand a new approach. The solution? In addition to ensuring critical and fundamental rights of clean water, energy, and air, and healthy food, we must ensure a relentless focus on health system strengthening. And at its core, a fit-for-purpose health workforce who know best what interventions and investments are needed to save and protect the most lives in the fastest way possible. Because when your communities are healthy, so is their economy and the security of the people they serve. Because good health ensures we can go to work or school, to care for our family, or contribute fully to society. Because our communities are only as strong and resilient as the health of the people who live in them. We know what to do to protect our health. First, the given. We must phase out fossil fuels to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and ensure a just transition to protect lives, health, and livelihoods everywhere. We can ensure the health of our planet and our future, in addition to directly saving lives. The second, we must unlock and mobilize longer-term, flexible, and exponential financing with its focus on country and community priorities. And we must help create the fiscal space needed for governments and funders to make the necessary investments in health system strengthening, thinking differently and boldly, at scale and across sectors. The debt crisis, which is crippling many countries around the world, is a powerful example. Africa spends more on debt service costs than on healthcare today. The current global financing order is not fit for purpose and is holding back efforts to improve global health. Third, we must have the ambition and collaboration to design and invest in the strong, responsive health systems and health workforce we need. This approach is one solution to many challenges. It is our capacity for early surveillance and our responsiveness to pandemics, our ability to meet the public and health delivery needs of local populations for healthy communities, as well as our guarantee to meet the rising burdens of disease from climate change. As we stand on this precipice, all of us in the room as leaders have a choice. Whether we learn from the past and challenge the status quo to invest differently and audaciously in our well-being. Whether we measure our progress, not just in terms of degrees Celsius averted, but in lives saved. Or whether we allow communities around the world to continue to suffer from the accumulating and crushing direct and indirect burdens of poor health. Together, we have a responsibility to ensure people everywhere have the dignity and opportunity to thrive. In familiar words, let us choose the future. Let us choose health. Thank you.